intensity is the key word for me. And also you mentioned, of course you were talking about the I am, and then a deeper I am, which has more capacity and space. So that was something for me to explore deeper. So there was like a shift into a deeper layer, kind of like that. Yeah, that was interesting to explore. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you have some guidance to go deeper into that, or just.
Yes. And as you are right now, as you are, how deep would you say you are on a scale of, let's say, 100 points right now?
I mean, that level is always there, right? So isn't it always 100 then?
Okay. How close you are to yourself now, if we say on a scale of 100? Because sometimes it's not only about depth, it's also closeness. Like, I am myself, but not, I can call it the cheeky monkey confirmation, that, oh yes, of course, I know what you mean by that. But more of like, open exploration, like how close I am to myself right now. Or we can drop the scale as well and just kind of to say, okay, I seem to be pretty close to myself.
Yes. Yeah, maybe 70, I would say. If you want a number.
Okay. So what's the other 30?
Yeah, that's unconsciousness.
But you are aware of that other 30, no?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Even though it's kind of try to hide.
Yeah, something is trying to hide. And what if it is not a problem that something is trying to hide?
Then it's not a problem.
Yeah, but then again, are you feeling very much yourself, true self, or can you sense that maybe your mind has answered? It's true, but maybe with a little bit of layer of the mind. Yeah, so now again, you became aware that in that instant, you recognize that, okay, even in this answer, there was a lot of truth and a bit of the mind. And again, we recognize that the mind is not a problem as such. And I invite you to recognize that how much you are used to the mind. That the mind feels quite comfortable in some ways. Yeah, and you are aware of that. So this awareness in which you see that, yes, there is truth when I say I'm quite close to myself, but 30% is unconsciousness, which I see too. And one part of you wants to sort out that 30% of unconsciousness. And it thinks that I can't be fully aware because there's 30% of unconsciousness. And therefore, you believe that you might not be fully yourself because you are aware of 30% unconsciousness. And in this investigation, we recognize that your true self is always here, and that true self, which is you, obviously, it is the one who recognized the 30% unconsciousness. And
so beyond the 100%. Because it sees the 100%.
Okay. So again, you may notice some involvement of the mind. Now I got a bit excited. It confirmed I'm doing quite well, and part of it got engaged a bit in the energy, so to speak, in excitement, so to speak. So the true self, we can say it feels like it's like a healthy honesty, so to speak. Yeah, it feels like real. Real, that's the word. And then from the word real, we can say a healthy honesty, a certain nakedness, a certain openness to be, to shine the light upon, whatever the mind is saying or doing. So, but when the true self, is here, and it came through you, and you recognize that, okay, that's real, yes. And that confirms that there is a 30% unconsciousness, which is not a problem, actually.
Got it.
Yeah, so you see, your true self is always here. But then you may assume that you are not that. You may then, prefer the mind or prefer excitement or have other supporting preferences or energies. And you're kind of, dipping into the self and dipping out of it, and, and then...
the first spontaneous answer was 100%, but then I kind of wanted to inquire, okay, is it really like that?
Then again, we should never regret that we missed on the true self for a second, so to speak. So it's not a problem that you examined a bit closer and then reflected that there is unconscious part. That's not a problem. So it kind of comes with a sense of realness. And in that realness, you recognize, yes, so that's where the mind is, that's where unconsciousness is, that's where I got engaged or, mixed up. And that realness is the most beautiful thing, because that is the one who recognizes like what happens. Yeah, so therefore, again, the unconsciousness is not really a problem. Yeah, it's the believing that it's a problem is a problem. And at the same time, the real self needs to, you need to familiarize more with it. Familiarize more with it and have a more clear distinction, whether something is subconsciousness or mind or something in between. And through those distinctions, clarifications, and familiarization with the real self, you arrive more and more to the real self.